With temperature dropping, Russia fights back in Kupyansk. It's day 14-15 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Today we have lots of important things to discuss. Let's start right away from the Kupyansk front. In the last 48 hours, there has been lots of back and forth, and just like the front, conflicting information is coming from the sources. Within the city, in my last report I said that because of Russian reinforcements, they were able to prevent Ukrainian forces from consolidating several areas within the city, as they were shelling them hard, and also attacking their supplies coming into the city. This was also confirmed by Ukrainian sources reporting difficulty, because of the Rubicon unit attacking their forces. However, many of the trusted sources reported that Ukrainian forces have eventually managed to consolidate those gray areas. However, I am not quite sure of this claim, because every now and then we have been seeing footage of Russian forces getting struck, where Ukrainian forces had previously taken over. Recently in footage, we can see Russian forces collecting snow in a bucket and returning back into the building, which was later shelled by Ukrainian forces. This footage was shared in the last 24 hours by a Ukrainian unit. This was geolocated around here. I remind you that many of the Ukrainian sources have already painted the city 90% blue. But as you can see, this is not the case. One of the reasons Ukraine is having difficulty in consolidating positions is Russia's use of underground pipelines. Since the start of the Ukrainian counterattack on this front, sources have been reporting use of the pipeline by Russian forces to attack Ukraine's rear. Many sources claim this is what happened in Kherson. In my last report, I said Ukrainian forces have launched a counterattack, with the objective of pushing Russian forces to the eastern side of the river and unblocking the northern flank. I also reported that Ukrainian forces were seen attacking the village based on geolocated footage, and because of that many people had already declared the village to be under Ukrainian control. Now in the latest report it was reported that Russian forces have likely launched a counterattack on Kherson. They probably want to retake both Kherson and Avdiivka. As a result, they have recaptured half of the village. This was also confirmed via footage of Russian soldiers waving, which was geolocated here. Now moving to Mariupol. In my last report I reported how Russian forces are attacking westwards as they reach Seliznikne. In addition, I also reported about increasing numbers of Ukrainian counterattacks. The latest report from this front says Ukrainian DRG have managed to penetrate at 2 locations. However, according to the Russian sources, they were quickly eliminated by Russian forces. But since then, Ukraine has tried several more times to consolidate the positions, but has not succeeded. Furthermore, Russian forces from Mariupol have also started attacking these 3 villages, and have expanded the gray zone. As you can see, both sides are on the offensive. Now at the political level we have a very important update. Previously I reported that President Zelensky wants British and French troops as a security guarantee after the ceasefire is reached. In addition, I also said many European countries are discussing the option to deploy multinational forces with a strength of around 15,000 to Ukraine, after the peace has been agreed. But in my last report I said agreement has not been reached. It looks like I spoke too soon, because both the UK and France signed a security guarantee to Ukraine, saying troops from both nations will be deployed to the country after the ceasefire. Western troops will build bunkers and protect equipment and ammunition. However, many Ukrainian sources want at least 200,000 NATO troops on Ukraine's soil after the ceasefire. Many sources have suggested that these troops will likely take over key assets like missiles, air defense, etc. However, as of recording this report, Russian officials have not made any comments. But many people are saying that by signing this, the West is allegedly indirectly forcing Russia to reject peace. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.